Hello, Brigadiers and Brigadettes and hockey fans alike. This is your captain speaking. Welcome to my channel. Now let's jump into some hockey content. Hello everybody, happy Monday. Thank you. We are so close to 200 subscribers. We're at 174 and I thank you for your support. So let's just jump right into the video today. And that is, should the Columbus Blue Jackets fire John Tortorella? I imagine you're probably curious about this if you clicked on it because I'm a Blue Jackets fan and you want to know my take on it. Currently, the Blue Jackets are on a 5-game losing streak and right now will miss the playoffs for the first time in 5 years. Things definitely aren't going as expected after we acquired Max Domi, Patrick Laine, Jack Roslovic, and this recent losing streak has made things look extremely hot for head coach John Tortorella, who's a longtime head coach, by the way. The two-time Jack Adams winner for the best coach of the year certainly has many accolades under his belt, including a 2004 Stanley Cup title. But one thing does stick out during his coaching tenure, which I think really is huge. It's that while there's definitely success, he is not in a place for an extended period of time. He spent 7 seasons in Tampa Bay, 6 in New York, and he's currently in his 6th season with the Columbus Blue Jackets. Also, let's not forget the 1 season that he spent with the Vancouver Canucks. You can definitely see that there is a point where he overstays his welcome if you want to look at it like that. And he's at that point, that time mark, where it looks like history could stick again. So what exactly is the problem? The problem is that even when his teams do have success and everything is wonderful, there is a honeymoon phase. And you can look at it as, they're winning playoff rounds, they're winning a Stanley Cup in Tampa Bay's instance. And eventually his fiery personality becomes less exciting and more worrisome. And at that point the honeymoon phase is over, it's all glam and all that stuff is gone. So, do I think the Blue Jackets should fire the head coach that took this franchise to 4 consecutive playoff appearances, which basically changed the culture of the franchise? Now it's time for me to rant. That was pretty much scripted, everything was fine, now we're gonna rant. Okay, so, loyalty is huge for me. Loyalty is everything. And, I've never even met John Tortorella. But, I'm gonna be loyal to the guy. Why? Because he's changed the franchise. Okay, so, some of you don't like his fiery personality. You can have that opinion, and that's fine. And, I like people that have opinions. My mom always taught me when I was a kid, you should always have your opinion regardless of what everybody else thinks in the room. If you're the only one that has that opinion and you strongly believe in it, don't back down. Or if you just believe in it at all, don't back down. That's got me into some tight situations, but guess what? I've never backed down from what I believed in. And I think it's important to do that regardless. Even if your opinion is different than me, don't back down just because the mob is against you. And I'd like to think that I'm still in the majority here, that John Tortorella shouldn't be fired. But why exactly do I think he shouldn't be fired? For one, it's COVID season, so why fire a head coach when you're just going to have your assistant coach step in more than likely? For 2, who are you going to get that's going to be better than John Tortorella? There's 1 or 2 names that I could think of, but again, I don't even know. Looks like they might be more focused on Seattle, and why would you want to go into Columbus that just had a rough season when you could go to Seattle? That'll probably, be a better market. And I hate to say that as a Blue Jackets fan, but, it's going to be like a better living atmosphere. Seattle is a beautiful city, and nothing against Columbus itself, but let's be honest, you can live up by the ocean, you get a boat, stuff like that. Also, John Tortorella's got a lot of accolades, and I think his personality fits his franchise like a glove. Do I think that we should bring somebody in that is, how you doing? How's this? How's that? Checking in. No, and I think that, believe it or not, some of you may have a really easy time believing this. I'm a pretty confrontational person when it comes to things that I really, stick around and believe in. So, I'm not really a guy that's thinking you should bring in somebody that, I'm trying to think of somebody that's really soft-spoken. I'm not really somebody that wants to have a soft-spoken kind of guy. You need somebody that's going to yell at the players. Now, I do agree. There's times that Torts will put players in the doghouse. Domi is a big example of that, where I think maybe that shouldn't happen, but at the same time, what are you going to do? Just bring somebody in that's like a Care Bear fest, and then everybody's just hanging out, just having a few drinks, hanging out, playing pool after the game? No, you're going to need somebody that's going to rip into these players after a 5-game losing streak, and this is not all on John Tortorella. It seems like the fire is burning, everybody's getting going, saying, this is John's fault. If you want to look at anybody's fault, and I don't want to say anybody in general, but the goaltending has not been great. and everybody says the defense hasn't been great. We've allowed a very limited amount of scoring chances and high danger chances. The goalies have got to get better. Two players that I can think of that definitely have to get better right now: Max Domi, Zach Werenski. The Domi thing, obviously, he is going to have to figure it out. We're going to have to figure out how to get him rolling, pair him with the right lines, see what works there. He's not supposed to be a center, though, mind you. He does better when he plays out in the wing, so we cannot have him at center. And that was Jarmo's idea, to have him out at center. And I'm not saying Jarmo is a bad guy. I'm just saying that he's a better winger than he's a center. Now that we have Roslovic, that, helps us out a little bit. We still got to figure out some center depth. We can move him out to the wing, figure something out there. Werenski, he's an offensive defenseman. He needs to figure out his offensive game. Okay, so this is, again, not all on John Tortorella. Also, it takes time for these guys to gel. And I hear a lot of these people say, oh, I wish I had Josh Anderson. I wish I had Josh Anderson. Josh Anderson is clapping the Senators and the Canucks. That really doesn't mean anything. I want to see what his stats are next year. And if he performs well next year, and I'm glad that he's performing well this year, but if he performs well next year, then we'll know that, hey, okay, he's the real deal. But as of right now, when he puts up, 4 goals in 4 games against the Senators, I don't care. That means nothing to me. John Tortorella is the guy. I'd fight for him. I don't think he should be fired. I think he should stay, and I hope he does stay. He should at least get to coach through the rest of the season, and we'll see how it goes. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I could be wrong in your eyes, and that's fine. I like strong opinions, so hey, let me know what you think. Everybody stay safe. Have a great day, and make sure to stay away from COVID. Also, make sure to subscribe if you're new. Not all videos are this hotly contested, but I just had to put it out here today, alright? Goodbye, Brigadiers and Brigadettes, and hockey fans in general. This is your captain signing off. Have a great week.